Part 2.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Review, a show where two small town dudes give your small screen opinions. I'm Troy to the max extreme.
I'm JT3K, and I need another beer, Troy.
Oh, okay.
Give it up.
No!
Oh, no! Here we go.
Got it.
Take 2.
Got it. Okay, so this is going to be a revisit to our test pilot episode we
Test Pilot Part 2.
a few weeks ago. There was a few that we wanted to get to, but they came in too late in the year.
ABC thought that they could fuck us over. They thought, hey...
They thought you could fuck on us?
They thought, hey, these guys are out here fucking scoping the pilot season. Guess what? We're gonna take 3 of our TV episodes and we're gonna put it later in the season.
That's right.
And they're gonna totally ignore it, and they're not gonna say a goddamn
It'll
thing
come
about
out under
it.
the radar.
Yeah, we're gonna poppy.
We got your number, bitch.
Hey, ABC 1, 2, 3. We just fucking you up.
So we got 3 more pilots to talk about.
Yeah.
You reviewed one, I reviewed another, and then we both came in and did The Rookie.
Yes.
So if you don't mind,
Go for it.
We'll start.
Go for it, Troy.
My pilot that I took part in is the relaunch of Roseanne called The Connors.
The reboot 3.0.
Right.
Of the Roseanniverse.
It starts out strong as like saying Roseanne is dead.
Yeah. She's fucking dead. Get out of here.
But to my surprise,
Yeah.
the actors they have, well, I'm not going to say all of them, but some of the actors they have left on the show, all of them but Roseanne, do a great job in actually making me feel for Roseanne's death.
Yeah.
John Goodman, the actor who plays Darlene,
Yeah.
Roseanne's sister, those 3 made me feel like I should miss Roseanne.
Yeah. I miss this racist bitch.
Right, exactly. And like the whole time I'm like, I shouldn't give a shit about her.
Yeah.
But like they did, especially John Goodman.
Really?
I thought he did a great job in a show that I feel like he shouldn't give a shit about anymore.
Yeah.
Because he's got bigger and better things still happening for him.
Oh, yeah.
But like his sadness in this and his anger was portrayed, I think, very well.
Yeah, because they made her die of opioids or something, right?
Yeah, she was addicted to pain pills. Like it says in the first like 20 seconds.
Yeah, she had like a bad leg or something.
She had like a bum knee, which in the revisited season, when they relaunched it, they make a point of saying that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have known it unless we went and... Did you watch it? The relaunch?
No, I didn't watch the relaunch.
Okay. So anyway, I did. Just to see how it went off. And I thought it was okay, and then Roseanne went off and was a racist or whatever, and then I didn't care about it. But, so she ended up dying of a, quote, heart attack. That's what everyone thought that she died of.
Yeah.
And then later it came out, and she actually was addicted to opioids, and she was stashing pills around the house.
Oh, shit.
And she actually, there was like a weird, it's like a weird drug sharing program, maybe not a program, but more of a ring in town.
Yeah.
Where if like, because people can't afford their prescription medications, if they had extra pills lying around, they would ask their neighbor if like, do you have this?
Yeah.
And she just kind of hoarded them from people.
Oh,
and
shit.
didn't tell their family. And she would, even though Dan flushed her prescriptions down the toilet, he thought.
Yeah.
She hid some in the freezer. She hid some in her sock drawer. And she took a bunch one night and just didn't wake up the next day.
Oh, shit.
And so it's a pretty heavy topic and poignant because it's like a real thing happening in America.
So does it like actually like pick up like she died like that night?
She died 3 weeks prior.
Oh, shit.
So this is 3 weeks after her funeral.
Okay.
and like her whole family is still like grieving kind of from it.
Yeah.
But there's still, I mean, as heavy as this sounds, there's still comedy in the episode.
It should be. It's a fucking comedy.
But I'm assuming after this episode, it kind of will pick up and go off and do its where it kind of left off, but without Roseanne.
Yeah.
And I think it could be a strong sitcom still.
Oh yeah.
I still think they have a great amount of characters, even though I feel like the new people that they have added to this make it seem a little more Fuller House.
Oh.
Not to that extent.
Okay.
But there's still a lot of, and maybe I'm just far removed from the 90s sitcom game. It's like, maybe it never changed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not, I would never really watch Roseanne.
Yeah.
But, there are weak points in this. Becky.
Yeah.
She is not a good actor. and like a few of the newer kids that are added aren't super strong either.
Well, didn't they bring in Sarah Chalk in the last season? Like, who was she?
Sarah Chalk.
She was the second Becky.
Yeah, it is the second Becky.
So they just bring her in as the... Because I thought she played a different character in the Roseanne reboot.
No, she's still Becky.
She is?
Who was the... Okay.
There was the original Becky and there was the second Becky. The second Becky was Sarah Chalk.
Was the second Becky the one in Scrubs?
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's the original Becky.
Yeah.
In this.
So who's Sarah Chalk?
Nobody.
No.
She's not in this.
Oh, I thought she showed up in... I thought she showed up in like the original... In the Roseanne reboot as like a different character.
Maybe. I don't remember that, to be honest.
Okay.
Anyway, she's not in this one.
Okay.
But I think original recipe Becky isn't all that good of an actor.
Yeah.
She had a bit of a... It seemed like she was just reading off her lines.
Oh, fantastic.
And then DJ doesn't have a huge part in this, but his wife, who's in the military, makes a big point of saying, like, I've been in Afghanistan. Like, just really pandering kind of to, like, that audience. Yeah. Like, good. I mean, if you're out there, like, serving the country, more power to you. But you're very pandering when you come back and say, like, I'm only back for 5 days until I'm back to Afghanistan. And it's like, okay, cool. But all in all, I wasn't let down with this.
Okay.
And even at the end of the episode, they redo the opening to Roseanne where they go around the table.
Yeah.
And she's not there anymore, and now Dan is in that role.
Oh, okay.
Where he's like the goofy one at the end.
Okay. Where he does his laugh.
Well, he doesn't laugh. He like switches his plate of food to his healthy plate of food to like bacon and eggs instead, and like puts a sausage in his mouth and is like or whatever. But I think the show might have legs.
Okay. I know you brought up that one of the interesting aspects of the Roseanne reboot was the fact that Roseanne was a Trump supporter, and maybe even Dan was a Trump supporter. Do they still kind of play with that? They don't?
No.
Okay. See, like, even though I don't agree with that mindset, I would like a sitcom that does address it and like kind of
and show the other point of view.
Yeah, like show the other point of view in terms of like, okay, why would someone think this way?
I still think they can go that way because I think Dan does still support his wife and her beliefs. I think it was a family household belief system.
Yeah.
I think they still can go that route.
Okay.
And I would like to see it done from that point of view.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah. I want to see like actual like thoughtful discussions on like this kind of political process.
Yeah. And not just have fucking
Republicans are stupid.
Yeah, or like fucking Roseanne's sister show up in the pussy hat or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's just like, that is so fucking on the nose, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Connors, surprisingly well done, I think.
Okay.
A few, like, groaners in there.
Yeah.
But I think it has legs. I think it can work.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I saw the pilot for The Kids Are All Right on ABC, which is pretty much Malcolm in the Middle 2.0. I was almost kind of hoping you would see it because I love the I wanted your point of view on, like, do they get it right with, like, a family dynamic where there's a lot of boys growing up.
Okay.
And it's like a family in the 70s that they have 8 kids,
Jesus
all boys,
Christ.
and you're mainly focused on one of the middle children who is like the narrator that wants to be like a stage star of some sort. Like,
okay.
You get the idea that they live in like a small town in California and he wants to go to LA to try out for this part in this play for Don Quixote or something. And yeah, it's, I don't know. It's definitely, it feels a lot like Malcolm in the Middle, but like really mean-spirited and very like Catholic based. Like they do a lot of like Catholic, like we're a Catholic family, and like one of the kids
they got 8 kids. Obviously they're Catholic.
Yeah. And like the oldest is like going to seminary to be a priest, so he comes back and they're all happy about him, and they're like all going to church and shit, where I'm like, this is very, very Catholic heavy.
Okay.
And they do this whole thing where like he doesn't want to be a priest anymore, and then I don't know. It's like Malcolm in the Middle, where it's like if Malcolm in the Middle, there's only 4 boys, so it's easier to follow them all. There's 8 in this, so I don't give a fuck about any of them almost. Like there's one that's like that snitches on all of them, whether it's like that's his big thing that he's just a fucking tattletale on everybody. So you just automatically hate him.
Okay.
But it's like they introduce things with different with like the different brothers, and it's like you don't. There's so many of them you don't remember who's who. Like they'll like show you scenes where it's like, isn't this poignant? And you're like, I can't remember what he did. Like there's one that has a girlfriend. I don't remember what he looks like. Like he shows up with a girl once, and you're like, oh okay, he has a girlfriend. And then the mom's like, I don't like you being with girls. And he's like, he's in high school. So she's being all judgmental about him having a girlfriend already.
Okay.
Even though he's in high school and like he should be like dating. But it's like, no, get rid of her. I don't like her. And then it's like anytime somebody wants to do something, like the narrator kid wants to go do the stage play, and she's like, no, you're not special. You shouldn't do this. And it's like, I get you're trying to be like the sardonic mom from Malcolm in the Middle, but she's like doing it in a way where it's like she's just being a dickhead to all her kids, as opposed to like not having time for them. She's just like, no, you're not special. You're one of my 8 children. I don't care what you do.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like you.
Everything you're saying, it seems like I wouldn't care about this at all.
No, I found a hard time getting through it. I almost wanted to like stop halfway through.
Oh, and it's only 20 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah, I was not into this at all.
Oh boy.
And yeah, it felt like they're really trying to play off Malcolm in the Middle, but they didn't get why Malcolm in the Middle was charming.
Okay.
They were just like, let's get a mom that's being really mean to her kids. And it's like, but she's like mean in the sense where it's like, Jesus, you just don't like your kids at all. You just hate your kids.
Dang. That's like almost like a theme for this year's pilots, because like I feel bad. She's not necessarily mean to her kids, but she's kind of like, I don't know, like just kind of aloof, and like her kids are like second priority, really.
Yeah.
And then single parents, there's like some dick parents in that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or they're always passing off their kids to everybody else, and then this. I don't know. Yeah. It seems weird.
I was
maybe it's the year of being dick to kids.
Yeah. Dick to kids year. I don't know. I was just not into it. But I don't know. I was really interested in your take on it because, like, you came up in a family with like a lot of boys.
Yeah.
So I was like, how close were they to this? And I don't know.
All right, maybe I'll check it out. I'll follow up next week.
Yeah, because it did not feel like a loving household. She acts like kind of an asshole to all of them.
Okay.
Where it's like you would give a little bit of leeway. Like if you're their mother, you would give a little bit of leeway to some of them. But she's like a dickhead to all of them.
Well, you're making me a real fun picture to like want to just go watch. All right.
So there you go.
Maybe I'll check it out.
Okay.
I probably won't, but
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
You want to talk about The Rookie instead?
So there you go. No, now the one that we've both watched that we can both talk about.
Yes.
The Nathan Fillion vehicle.
Yeah.
The Rookie.
Right. This one's one of the Hour pilots.
Yeah.
I went into it because you were very adamant on really wanting to watch this one.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna suck because all the trailers for it just looked like he was gonna be like this old rookie that comes in and he's just like, "Look, I'll show you how it's done," and you gotta have a heart and blah blah blah, and making all of the cops on the force feel like these dumb assholes because he's gonna be this guy that moves in and shows them how it's done.
Right. It's not really how it takes place.
No.
In fact, I think I liked it more than I thought I was going to.
I actually liked it quite a bit.
It has like a kind of a cold open where you get to see why he wants to become a police officer this late in his life.
Yeah.
Which I thought was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
Well done. And then
he just looks like he has a death wish. Like he just keeps fucking talking back to these bank robbers that have a gun in his face.
So I thought that was done pretty well. And then when it totally skips like his training, and then he's like a cop on his first day.
It's like his first day.
And then comes in, he's got like cleaned up, he's got a bit of a haircut.
Yeah.
Comes in, and then he's joined by 2 other new recruits.
Yeah. That's the thing I like the most about this is like it's not I thought this show was just gonna be let's see what he does, like let's see what this 40-year-old does like on a beat, but it's like they follow him, they follow 2 other people that he came up with in the class, and it's like you don't see it from just their eyes, you see it from the eyes of what the fuck you looking at?
There's a bug that flew up into the light and dropped some dust.
Oh Christ. But no, you see it from the trainees' eyes, but you also see it from the people that they're riding with's eyes too.
Yep.
Like you kind of follow all 6 of them in a way where you're kind of sympathetic with all 6 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I liked the relationships that these new like groupings made. There was a few of them that like you don't get a lot out of, like the legacy recruit that his dad was a cop and he's trying to like.
I liked his arc in it pretty well though.
Yeah, I liked it. But they kind of touched on him the least because you find out in this that the other recruit has like a romantic relationship with Nathan Fillion, and so they kind of go back and forth.
They kind of like tie them together in that sense. But yeah, the legacy one where he's like his dad was like one of the best in the academy, and he's now in internal affairs. Which like they have that whole scene where like that one guy fucks with them, and he was like, "Oh yeah, well I really do hope that I work under you because I want all the training that I get, especially with my dad being in internal affairs." And the guy's like, "Oh fuck," and then he just like walks off. But like they make him seem like he's the one that's gonna be like the one that stands out the most out of all 3 of them, because he even broke all of his dad's records in the academy.
Yep.
So it's like this is gonna be the prodigy. This is the prospect. Like this is the one you're gonna follow.
Yeah. But then later on, it shows that he does have faults because it shows that throughout the rest of the pilot that he's flawless, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like he's
even
better
like,
than anyone.
Yeah, he's even like he seems like the nicest guy. He even has like stories where it's like, you're a dickhead. Like,
Right.
Like Nathan Fillion's talking about how he saw a man die in front of his very eyes, and he was like, I know what you mean, man. My dad took me to the funeral, took me to a
morgue.
to a morgue once, and I saw a dead body right in front of me. I'm like, that's not the fucking same thing. Like you didn't watch the guy die
in your hands.
Yeah, you're seeing a dead body.
Right.
That's not the same fucking thing.
But then it shows that he like totally clammed up when there was like a shootout at the end and couldn't help his partner at all.
Yeah. So it's like he's the most qualified, but yet he cannot do the job in the slightest, and I really liked that about it.
And then the female recruit that's like romantically involved with Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
She is like a hotshot, fiery person who like.
Yep. She made an arrest on her first day. Right. She didn't even show up for work yet. She made an arrest.
Right.
Isn't she fucking awesome?
So there's that. But like the more interesting part is like her partner.
Yeah.
Who's like a total cockhole.
Yeah, her partner is like an asshole, but like her partner is so weird where it's like he's an asshole, but it's like you don't know if he's an actual asshole or if he's just fucking with her to try and like get her to be the best officer that she can be.
Yeah.
Because like he'll even like spout off racist shit where it's like, oh Jesus, and he's like, well, it's your job to figure out if I'm fucking with you or if I actually do feel this way. And you're like, oh shit.
Why would you do that though?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's try to get a bunch of Mexican dudes that don't speak Spanish to like, or that don't speak English to like get her to say like, jump. I wish I had a catapult to catapult you over the border.
Yeah.
And then he was like, hey, like, I knew what you were saying. Because he was like saying in English and like, he was telling her to say it in Spanish. And he was like, tell him that I want to get a catapult to shoot him back over the border because I don't think they belong here. And she was like,
she said something completely
yeah, she's
different.
like, make sure you have a permit for your car or some shit. And he was like, you didn't say what, and then like in Spanish he says, you didn't say what I said.
Right. And
then it was like, it was your job to figure out if I was actually felt that way or if I was just fucking with you. And it's like, Jesus Christ, man.
That's a fucking weird test.
That's a weird fucking test.
And then he does like another one where like they go and try to like wrangle up this drug dealer and like it's like way bigger than the female recruit.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, apprehend him, frisk him or whatever. And then he goes.
The guy tries to beat her ass.
Yeah, and he just the partner just stands back with his arms folded and just like watches her like try to not get her ass kicked.
Yeah.
I'm like, what a fucking prick. But then they try to like make you have sympathy for him.
Yeah, they do some shit where
weird like meth head wife of his or something.
He sees his wife for the first time in a year and she's on meth and he's like, just go to rehab, baby. I swear I'll like just give me your money, and she takes his money and runs away. And then he's like super like flustered.
Yeah, I don't know if I didn't buy in to that. Like so far I'm not really in love with that character. I get what they're trying to do, but I'm just like, I don't know.
I know. I mean, that was kind of forced, but I can see them like if they like follow it and like build it up more over the course of the season, I could get into it more. Like I love the idea of presenting a character where like right off the bat you just think he's a total asshole that doesn't have any redeeming qualities whatsoever.
He's got a secret heart of gold.
Yeah. But no, yeah, not even a secret heart of gold. It's just that you can see why he's a dick because he's got all this shit going on in his life where he's just like, the only place I feel powerful is at my job where I can like make people feel lower than me.
Yeah.
Like I have no control over my personal life, but I damn sure can make you feel like shit in my professional life.
Yeah. And then Nathan Fillion and his partner come across a multitude of things on his first day.
Jesus, he has the worst first day ever.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the one with the kid caught in the car really was like, oh my god, I hope they get that kid. I really don't want that kid to bake to death. I would hate that to happen.
How did that crazy man have any custody over his kid?
I have no idea.
He's yelling gibberish, and he's like, my kid's in the car. And it's like, why? And then the wife like called like, he has my kid, and it's like, well, how did you even let him anywhere near the kid?
I don't know. I'm glad they got the kid though, because if the kid died in this, I would have been like, I don't like this movie. I don't like this.
But yeah, that, and then the fat dude gets stabbed in the neck like 16 times.
Yeah, by his abusive, very tiny wife.
Yeah, I like that whole like switch on it though.
Yeah,
they show up to the call, and it's like this big burly dude and his wife is like super small, and it's like, we had a call for domestic disturbance, so you're definitely the
right
cause of it. And he's just like, then like as they're like talking back and forth, he's like, I don't know, man, she just really gets into hitting me. And he's like, what?
Yeah,
like,
but there was like, so like they do things in this where you expected what they do, where like Nathan Fillion's got like that really down to earth, like heart of gold aspect where he wants to like talk to these people, where everyone else is like by the book in business, all that stuff.
Yep.
And so they kind of do that here, where he's like, he's talking to the guy, and he's like, wait a minute, does she hit you? And then he doesn't answer, and then like his partner comes in, and they kind of like go back to the car. And then they end up going back later, and like she's piggybacking on him, stabbing him in the neck with a knife, and it's like, Jesus Christ. And he falls down dead, and that's the guy who dies in Nathan Fillion's hands or whatever.
Yeah. But they do things with Nathan Fillion in this where it's like, it's kind of cool with like, he draws from past experience, where even like the scene when like they're trying to find that guy that avoided his warrant, and they go to that gym, and then he like pulls together, like he was like an architect for like 20 years or something.
Yeah, he worked in construction.
Yeah, he worked in construction, and he was like, he pieces together that they have a electrical box next to pipes, and he's like, well, you don't do that in construction. And then they find out there's a bunch of like drugs hidden in it.
Right.
Like they do like small things like that where it's like, okay, like any normal, even like detectives that like do this shit for a fucking living didn't see that. But the fact that he was in construction, he was able to see that shit. Like small things like that he was able to piece together. Like that was kind of cool.
Right. I also found it like kind of annoying that like their sergeant like giving him out orders at the beginning of the day.
Fucking hates him.
Fucking hates Fillion.
Hates him so much.
And like he like gives him a whole speech like, I don't want some fucking midlife crisis guy coming in here and totally screwing up what I got going on. And I'm like, dude, you're just as old as he is. Like, I get what you're trying to say. Like, you wanted somebody like in this from the start. You don't want some guy like
he won me over at the end though, because he was like, I'm gonna fuck, like he like goes like, they have that whole thing where like he fires them and shit, and then the captain is like, don't fire him, like he actually saved people's lives or whatever. And then like they have that conversation between that dude and Nathan Fillion, and then he's like, look, I'm gonna fuck with you the whole time. Like, I don't like you, I don't want you here. I'm gonna fuck with you, I'm gonna harass you, I'm gonna pick on you, because I don't think you should be here, because I don't want you risking my officers' lives, and I don't think you're this is like your calling.
Right.
And then Nathan Fillion's like, well then what if this is my calling? And he's like, well then it doesn't matter what I do.
Yeah.
And I like that, where it's like, oh shit. So it's like, he's doing what he's doing because he doesn't think he belongs here. But if he does belong here, then it doesn't matter.
Nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what he does.
Yeah, and
he recognizes that, and I like that whole speech that he does at the end.
Yeah, thought it was good. Yeah, so all in all, like I thought this was way better than I thought it was gonna be.
Way better than I thought it was gonna be. It looked like some cheesy Hallmark shit from those trailers that they played for it.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like that at all. Like I thought. Yeah. It was pretty well put together.
Yeah, and Nathan Fillion is a charismatic motherfucker.
Right.
So he really adds
plays
into
it. Yeah,
he adds to a lot of the scenes in this.
Mm-hmm. So I would check this one out too. I think.
Yeah. This is up here. This is up there with like A Million Little Things for me.
Yeah. Did you go and check out the other episode of that? I think that dropped.
Yeah, I watched the last 2 episodes of it so far.
Okay.
It's good. It's getting cheesier, I think, though. There's a lot of scenes where it's just like very drawn out, like, I thought we were brothers.
Yeah.
With like fucking like very sentimental music playing in the background, where I'm like, Man.
See, I did say when this came out that I thought it would make a better movie.
Yeah.
But, yeah, okay. Well,
Like, I want them to just stick to what makes it work. But they're really going that whole, like, the beginning of the third episode, they just have this very cheesy fucking song playing where it's like the fucking the most emo version of Higher Love playing, or like think about it, there must be higher love, and it's just like her looking at like photos of him, like the widow looking at photos of him just like crying, where I'm like, we're over this already, just get into the fucking story. Like, what the fuck?
Okay.
So I'm gonna give it probably one more episode, but it's starting to lose me.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But anyway, there's a few other things. If you're into Roseanne, and now that she's out into it more, I would check out The Conners.
Probably don't watch The Kids Are All Right. I wasn't into it.
And then I would give The Rookie a shot. See if you like that.
I might give The Rookie a couple more episodes. I was really digging it.
Good deal. But that's gonna do it for this revisit of the 2018 pilot season. Join us this Thursday for the review of Halloween, this year's Halloween.
The new Halloween.
And then next Monday, I don't know what we got.
Yeah, I think we'll either do some kind of flashback, or we might tackle the runner-up in our horror poll.
Sure. Sounds good.
Yeah. One of those two things will happen.
We'll let you know.
Depending on how we feel that Wednesday.
Yeah. We'll let you know. But until next time, when we talk more about TV or movies or anything like that.
How are they going to reach us, Troy?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I got to do that whole thing. You can find me at Troy to the Max Extreme.
You can find me at Bucky for Everyone on Twitter, Bucky for Everyone on Instagram, and him at Bucky for Everyone on Snapchat.
How often do you use those Instagrams and Snapchats?
I don't do it. Twitter is probably the only thing you should really contact me on.
I just like to check in every once in a while, see how those other ones are going.
Not often.
You can find us both at Review Pod on Twitter. You can find us at a multitude of platforms to listen to, such as Podbean.com. You can find us at iTunes, Google Podcasts. You can find us on Alexa devices, Stitcher, Spotify, all of the above we are on. We're probably on other platforms such as Player FM, maybe. Who knows?
We're everywhere, babe.
That's right. If you want to write into the show, you can do so at reviewpod at gmail.com. Yes. We had one of those as well. So hit us up. We are more than willing to speak to you on the show. But yeah, now that I've done all that, as you know, I've been Troy to the Max Extreme.
I am JT3K.
And we will see you Thursday, but until then, we are off.